All right, what is up? Welcome back to PGL Poetry Group Live. That's not live. My name is D'Artagnan Solis, and my co-host Jeremiah Griffin is here. Jeremiah, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm real excited to get us started. As you guys all know, we're gonna get it kicking with a couple poetry highlights. We're gonna highlight some poems or poets that we've seen throughout the week that really speak to us. We're gonna get into a 10-minute poetry prompt, everybody's favorite segment of the podcast, and then we'll close out with our thoughts and plans for the week. But before we do that, Jeremiah, did you go to Disneyland?
Nah, not yet. That's set for either September or November.
All right, a time where you're more Disneylandable. Part two.
Yeah.
Did you watch
Part
Deadpool and Wolverine?
I did. I've seen it twice.
Ah, so you liked it.
Not very much, actually.
No shot.
I gotta give it like a 6 out of 10.
This is obscene. This is impossible.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, I don't know. I really think the first one was the best one. The second one was the next best one, and this one, I don't want to say it was bad, but it was my least favorite of the three.
Interesting. I
I'm
really
starting to
thought
wonder if I'm getting sensitive as I'm growing up. Go ahead.
getting sensitive. You found his jokes to be offensive?
Not offensive. I was just like, damn, why are they saying the F word so much? This ain't funny. This lazy writing.
Oh, but there was so much good writing in there.
Well, you got to say spoiler alert if you're going to say stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the movie's still new. Yikes.
Jeez.
I can do is do just like that part when and then like cut it and you'd be like, yeah, that is my favorite scene.
That's true. That's true.
This is why I need editors, bro. For anyone who's like, you should just let it flow naturally. Like, nah.
There were still a lot of people there. We just went 2 days ago, I think. But the
Dude,
movie's been out for like 2 weeks, right?
I yeah, about 2 weeks I think, and I'd argue it's the funniest Deadpool. I will say that.
Really?
I would argue it's the funniest one.
What makes you think that?
I think that him and Wolverine together just make for all the best banter.
Yeah, that's not wrong. It's
Like,
not a lie.
alone he's funny, but it's funnier when someone's there to tell him like, you sack of shit. Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe I have recency bias because I haven't seen the other two in a while, but I guess today's poem is being written about yours truly.
Oh, oh yeah, I remember that. But it wasn't like I didn't dislike it, so you're okay.
Let's go. Okay.
No diss poems. Said no diss poems today.
No diss poems today. All right. Well, let's jump into our first poem. I believe you went first. No, I went first last week. I will go last this week.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you,
The
sir.
first poem that I want to highlight is from our comment section from last week, actually. Someone that participated in our 10-minute poetry prompt, and I think this is a banger of a
Oh,
poem.
nice. Shout
Um,
out. Who is it?
well, I mean, their names on the thing. I'll just call them by their username. Here we go. Let me pop it up.
Shout out their username.
Shout out Destynee Gray with this beautiful piece. You could see,
Send
you
me
could
the can I
see.
read it? Yeah, capturing a moment seems impossible to me.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh, Destiny was out here capturing. Okay,
Yeah,
Destiny. I
she
love
cap
to see it.
she captured it. So we're gonna. I'm gonna do my best to do this poem justice. Obviously, we would love it
You
if
can't just
she
be
was
calling her she,
on
bro.
to. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
You can't just be calling her she, bro. How you gonna assume her gender?
Because
Explain
I
it to
know
me,
who
bro.
she is.
That was the setup. I was gonna call her she also. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You
Let's talk
did.
about
You
all
did say,
things.
how could we assume her gender?
Oh.
uh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
all
I'm
right.
not interrupt no more.
I'm gonna do my best. Capturing a moment seems impossible to me. Like how we have those Nickelodeon time capsules or time machines. Because who really wants to go back in time? But then I remember the look in your eyes, the look of excitement as I walked up the drive when you were pruning roses and stopped just to have our moment of saying hi, me waving, you waving, and me finally being able to sigh. How I would throw everything down on the recliner by the front door, come outside with you like I had done so many times before. How I would feel like all of a sudden I could breathe, like I could see what really mattered in that moment back when it was just you and me. Just picking weeds and pruning roses, how simple life was back then. I remember how you would ask 100 times if I had eaten. How we would have coffee at nighttime, watch TV shows before my time. Speaking of time, capturing a moment just seems so out of reach. Would it really capture everything you truly meant to me? All the burritos for the road, all the mija, let it go, all the bean juice and celery juice and carrot juice. I get so confused. Capturing a moment would be like capturing a lifetime of feeling safe and loved and cared for and taking 20 minutes to walk out the front door, never knowing one day it would be the last time. So I just wish I could capture the moment, even just one, of me coming home to one of your hugs. I would put it in a bottle, right off into your sunset, just to live in that one captured moment. Thank you.
Destynee go crazy.
Destynee go crazy.
Crazy. You know what, Destynee? You go crazy.
Yeah, Destynee, you go crazy. I give this one a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I think you read it correctly. I feel like you did do it justice.
I did my best. I didn't stumble as much as I do with my own poems, surprisingly.
Right. You added and subtracted words. I will say that.
But I realized it. I was like, I just got to keep going. I got to keep going.
Nonetheless, poem was excellent. I don't know, bro.
Like,
She might have had the best one.
She might have had the best one. Should I have made her go last? Should I?
She did. She did.
She did. We're done.
We're finished. No more capture poems. Destynee ruined it for everybody else.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Capture. That was an amazing poem, amazing moment captured. I love the rhyme scheme that is written in here. Sometimes if you write in more of a prose setting, it's hard to see the rhyme scheme, right? She has multiple lines. It's not lined up very easily, but I was able to just flow and let it come naturally. This is only the second time I read the poem, so it is a testament to how it's written that I was able to go through and read it what feels like correctly. Hopefully it was. Those moments are all captured. I can envision them. I know of the person that she's speaking of. So can you let us know from your perspective, are you able to put yourself in those moments and feel what's going on?
I'm not sure. So to me, I would have thought it's like a relative who passed away.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I know my dad passed away, so I just assumed it was the same thing. In the beginning, I did think it was a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, it's just like remembering the time from being young. But I would say it's a relative who's either passed away or just no longer around.
Yep, nailed it right on the head. And it's awesome. Like, it was written well enough that you were able to get that same vibe. Again, I like the rhyme scheme. I like all of the anecdotes from life. Those all really made it personal.
Right.
Right. We all agree it's a banger. If you guys want to participate in our poetry podcast, feel free to leave comments that we will see. Feel free to DM me at Jonas Rexx _ on Instagram or at J2Beastie on Instagram to try and get featured. And speaking of Instagram, that will take us to our next poem. Can you see this?
No, I see YouTube still.
Okay, let me see how I can.
All of Destynee's greatness.
So, double checking that we're all here. So let's jump into this poem we got going on over here. Big Dream Hakeem. A lot of good words.
With the devil won't show up as the devil because you won't make the deal. It's likely to show up as sugar, liquor, porn, weed pills. It might show up as a snooze button. Boop. Now watch your dreams get killed. It might show up as a late night out with your friends that overlaps into your morning routine. It might show up as a limiting belief that you are not yourself until you have caffeine. The devil never lies. It's a true masterhood disguise. Come on now. It's the temptations and contradictions, the hesitations and restrictions that keep the friction between our addiction and our mission. What you doing? You like being in that condition? causing a contradiction in our conviction due to the deception of our depiction that leads us to our own crucifixion. What you doing? I can see your pride missing. Ha ha. So if you're trying to be a deal breaker with the devil, go ahead and comment. CYC. And then get up, get over it, and get after it. Choose yourself and let's get in. If you make a deal with...
I break it down for me. Why'd you pick it?
I'm gonna be honest. The last 2 weeks was like love poems from me. It was like love poems about someone else, like that obsessive love feeling, right?
Yep.
And I was like, shit, I don't know if I can relate to this. I don't know if I ever felt this. This week, I came across this man who I feel like the message was not very specific about loving yourself, but the message I received from it was about loving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And making the right choices and decisions for you to be able to move forward, which is something I've been really big on, I'd say, as of the past 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that was why I picked it. And then it wasn't meant to be comedy, but I also found it funny, his little ha ha. So that was why I picked it.
Nice. I definitely picked up on one, as you've mentioned, you've been trying to get closer with God. And there's that religious aspect to it, right? But that is interesting you point out self-love versus love for other people. Do you relate to the self-love more than you relate to the obsessive love of other people?
Shit, I'm trying to. I'm trying to. Yeah, I guess the most I'd say is I'm trying to. I wouldn't be able to confirm nor deny.
Nice. Yeah. I think that poem is one of those wake-up call poems. It's one of those things, especially because it's on Instagram, right? It's something you can see scrolling and like, damn, I really need to do something about my life, right?
Yeah.
Same reason that I got this poetry podcast going. So, hey, appreciate your guys' ongoing support. I hope this channel continues to grow because, man, I really got to do something about my life. Maybe that's what we've been missing this whole time.
Right. My bad. Also, because when I was trying to be more active on Instagram, hopefully I get back to it. One of the things I like to say is get up and get after it. And I noticed his thing is get over it and get after it.
Ooh, I like get over it and get after it. It's I feel like that speaks to me a lot more than most things because like I could get up every day and sometimes I just get up and don't get after it, but you have to get over yourself. You have to. Everyone's struggling. Rent is due every day. You got to get on board and get to work.
Right.
Like today, woke up at 9:55 to film this 10 a.m. podcast.
But 9:41. After a nightmare about getting murdered.
Ooh, tell us more.
I wish I could. I don't really remember. So you ever played Luigi's Mansion?
Oh yeah.
Luigi's Mansion, and like if you face the ghost, it doesn't move, and if you turn away, it does.
Yeah.
So like similar situation to that, except we're like me and this group of people, we're like in this house, and it is very clear that we are in some sort of haunted house, and we need to leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we don't know about these like creatures yet until people start getting snatched up and killed. So we're like, all we have to do is get out of the house. All we have to do is get out of the house. So me and maybe 3 other people, we make it out of the house alive, right?
Damn.
Only to realize that it's not the house that's haunted. It is the entire town, and we need to escape the town. Right? But as soon as we escape the house, the rules seem to have changed. So just because I'm now facing this creature doesn't mean it won't move.
And it's chasing you for real now.
Yeah, except I can't move. I don't remember what like the rule or reason was, but we couldn't move. There were 3 creatures, one for each of us, that could move, and we needed to get very far in order to live. And I'll tell you, I didn't make it.
Damn. Well, I mean, it seems like a very uphill battle. You can't move, they can move, and you gotta move somewhere to live.
Yeah, it's impossible. But I think that was definitely from watching. I just watched the second Escape Room movie. Didn't know there was 2.
I didn't
And
even know there was a first one.
you ever seen the escape room movie?
Nah.
Damn, I'm not trying to get hella far off track, but I think it's worth a watch. I mean, if it's gonna give you nightmares, then I don't know what you're into. I'm
Nah.
kind of used to that.
I'll probably have to check it out. Have you seen Long Legs? I watched Long Legs. That shit was whack.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't waste your time. There's some
All
people
right.
on YouTube that swear it's so amazing, but I think they're just trying to be fake deep. You know, like I watched that movie. It was boring. The
Damn.
ending was extremely predictable. If it caught you off
Damn.
guard, you don't watch psychological horror movies. Like, and that's okay. That's okay. Like, if you don't watch psychological horrors and you want to watch this and be like, wow, that was crazy at the end, like, awesome. But as someone who does, I saw it coming for a while, and I thought there's no way that that's actually what it's going to be. So I didn't say anything. You know, usually I call these things out early in the movie because I feel like, oh, I got him. I figured it out. But I was like,
Yeah.
it was so obvious that I was like, there's no way that's the ending. And that was the ending. And I was,
Maybe that was the play.
it didn't feel like anything twisted, though, you know, like him riding this train in my mind the whole time. And the whole point of a psychological horror is you're not really supposed to know what's going on.
Yeah.
They foreshadowed too hard, bro.
Damn. I don't really watch horror movies, to be honest. So
Well, if you watch Long Legs, you can let us know on the next stream what you think. I think it was dumb. I don't think it was very good. There's probably some artistic elements to it, but it wasn't it. But to our last poem. I gotta let you see. My bad.
you good. Sound a little muffled there. Here we go.
Both of our favorites. Rudy Francisco to the girl who works at Starbucks. I don't care what the prompt is today. I'm gonna write something overly dramatic and wild about my girl and about how much I love her. So,
Oh, today?
yep, whatever the prompt gonna be. So I chose this poem because that's exactly what he does, except it's not about his girl. It's about a girl who works at Starbucks. So
Yep.
let's kick back and enjoy this.
To the girl who works at Starbucks down the street from my house on Delmar Heights Road, swear to God, I'm not a stalker. When I asked you for a chai latte, what I meant to say was, I was walking past, I saw you in the window, I came in here because I just had to know what your voice sounded like. Instead of saying that, I got really nervous and ordered the first thing on the menu. I don't even know what chai is. Or a latte, for that matter. I imagine that when God made you, I bet he cussed for the first time. I bet he turned to an angel, gave him a high five, and said, God damn, I'm good. You were that beautiful. I spent the last 3 days trying to figure out how I'm gonna introduce myself to you properly. I finally figured it out. It's gonna be something like, hi. That's all I got so far. But I think it's a good start. I'm gonna be honest, it's not often that I find myself eager to write about love. In fact, every time I try to write about love, my hands cramp, just to show me how painful love can be. Sometimes my pencils break just to prove to me that every now and then love takes a little more work than you planned. I heard that love is blind, so I write all my poems in Braille. And my poems are never actually finished because true love is endless. I've always believed that real love is kind of like a supermodel before she's airbrushed. It's pure and imperfect, just the way that God intended. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not much of a love poet. But if I was to wake up tomorrow morning and decide that I was really gonna write about love, my first poem, it would be about you. About how I love you the same way I learned how to ride a bike. Scared, but reckless, with no training wheels or elbow pads so my scars can tell the story of how I fell for you. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not much of a love poet. But if I was, I'd write about how I see your face in every cloud and your reflection in every window. You see, I've written 1,000,000 poems, hoping that somehow, maybe some way you'll jump out of the page and be closer to me, because if you were here right now, I would massage your back until your skin sings until your heartbeat sounds like my last name and you smile like the Pacific Ocean. I want to drink the sunlight in your skin. If I was a love poet, I'd write about how you have the audacity to be beautiful even on days when everything around you is ugly. I'd write about your eyelashes and how they are like violin strings that play symphonies every time you blink. If I was a love poet, I'd write about how if I was a love poet, I'd write about how, I would write about how you're beautiful, even on days when everything around you is ugly. I'd write about your eyelashes and how they're like violin strings that play symphonies every time you blink. If I was a love poet, I'd write about how I melt in front of you like an ice sculpture every time I hear the vibration in your voice, and whenever I see your name on the caller ID, my heart plays hopscotch inside of my chest. It climbs onto my ribs like monkey bars, and I feel like a child all over again. I know this is gonna sound weird, but sometimes I pray that God somehow turns you back into one of my ribs just so I would never have to spend an entire day without you. And I swear, I'm usually not a love poet. But if I was to wake up tomorrow morning and decide that I was gonna write about love, my first poem, it would be about you. After all of that, she was like, but how do you feel about me? And I said, well, put it like this. I want to be your ex-boyfriend's stuntman. I want to do everything he never had the courage to do. Like, I want to do everything he never had the courage to do, like trust you. I swear that when our lips touch, I can taste the next 60 years of my life. See, last night I had a dream. In this particular dream, I died in my dreams, awoke not knowing I was still asleep and decided to walk. You see, that night, I walked in my sleep, I slept in my walk, I walked backwards until I saw you for the first time, and I could barely muster the courage to introduce myself all over again. You see, I've been trying to find the right words, I've been trying to take the right steps for what seems to me like thousands of years, but something always seems to go wrong between us. We lived in Egypt, I was the Pharaoh's slave, you were his daughter, loving you led to my death. They claimed I seduced you, and after they stole my life, I was resurrected as a mason. I made the foundation for your house. We met eyes for 2 seconds. You left and I didn't see you again until I died. I came back as a caterpillar. I turned into a butterfly. I landed in the palm of your hands. You brushed me away and the rejection killed me. When I awoke, I was a kick drum. You were a snare. We were both owned by this drummer named Cozy Cole, and when he died, so did we, but I came back just to look for you. I left notes in random places hoping that you would stumble across them. I carved our names in trees and then prayed that it would jog your memory. I whispered your name in the wind, hoping somehow, maybe some way my voice would reach you, but it didn't, and I died early. I died young with breadcrumbs in my hand, just hoping that you would find me, but you never did, so they buried me. When they buried me, they put these coins over my eyes, and I used them as bus fare to get back to earth, just so I could look for you. That's why sometimes when we hold hands, every so often I hold on a little too tight. I just don't want to lose you again. Yes! My mother told me, when you find the perfect woman, you gotta do whatever it takes to make sure she stays next to you. Thank you.
All right, so I managed to find out why I sounded muffled. I have a microphone on these new headphones, and I forgot to unmute myself from my good microphone, so it defaulted to the headphone microphone. Yeah. But the poem,
you already know, bro. It's my favorite. It's my favorite poet, bro. Does it every time. Instead of just talking about the entire poem, right? I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna highlight in this one is him living through different lifetimes, just loving her. So it made me think of like with Hancock.
Ooh, okay.
When she's explaining to Hancock, like, bro, you always find me. No matter what happens, no matter where I'm at, like, no matter whether you remember or not, you always come and find me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it reminds me of that. Like, love is a strong thing, bro. Like, it transcends life, essentially. And death, supposedly. And then it also makes me think of this song that's called Another Lifetime. Damn, what's her name? I don't remember her name. I'll remember in just a second when I act like I'm not looking it up, but I am. So in her song, it's like basically things don't work out. I guess it's pronounced now. It's NAO.
Okay.
Things don't work out. And she's like, I guess I'll wait another lifetime for like to try again, essentially. And it reminds me of that also. And then it's a love poem, so it's gonna make me think of people I've loved. So like my ex, that's the song she would play when we broke up and got back together 1,000 times and broke up 1,000 times, bro. R.I.P. to my relationship. But
can you
yeah,
remind us what the song is called real quick, so I can
Another Lifetime. It's called Another Lifetime
by Nal.
I'm assuming it's pronounced now. It's spelled N-A-O.
Oh, N-A-O. Okay, boom. Another Lifetime. Let me make sure that everyone can. Well, I mean, they can see it. They can see what I'm looking up. You can't see me looking it up, but they can see it.
I was gonna say, hey, yo. The now I see is N-O-W. Dyslexia. Yeah, that's what I think.
You gotta check out the song that he's highlighting. Here it is, y'all. Something I noticed this time listening to it is his lines were not long enough to mean that he needed to take a breath in between every statement there at the end, right? And they're so sharp and heavy that I have to believe like it was on purpose, like it's part of the rhythm, right?
Yeah.
And they took me away, and I used the bus fare to find you. Like those were something so subtle as your breath control in between can also be used to add to your rhythm. And I think he did an amazing job in there. Something I didn't realize until listening to it right now, that like those are definitely purposeful. Those breaths don't need to be that deep. He's not using that much oxygen. Is probably three to four words in between each one. You know, he's not pushing himself to the edge of it. It's a cool tool that I'm probably not going to try on this podcast just because I don't think this microphone is ready for that. But something I might try live, right? Something I might try live to affect my delivery. I think my favorite lines is when he describes the body. It feels like ancient Greece, right? It feels like those depictions. You've seen Hercules and you've seen Moana, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're familiar with like the way they do their like the tattoos on Maui. They're moving and telling a story, and then in Hercules, all of the images and stuff, they're like dancing. Yeah, the pots are all dancing and stuff like that. When he's describing how he wants to drink the sunlight from her skin, like those are things that I could feel, I could see.
Yeah, same. I said, God damn.
I could see that being depicted from an ancient Greek or Polynesian mythos, you know?
Yeah.
Well, those were great. But now time for everyone's favorite segment of the podcast. You know what's funny is I don't even know if this is everyone's favorite segment of the podcast, but
you don't gotta tell them. As long as it's your favorite, it doesn't matter what they think.
We're gonna use
if
Chat
telling them
GPT today. Bang.
And we're back. Find a mental health day. I thought it said metal. A poem about a forgotten place that holds a secret. It could be an old library. Okay, so it's just the first sentence, right? A poem about a forgotten place that holds a secret.
Yep, forgotten place that holds a secret. All right, sir. Good luck. Have fun.
Shit.
I said the hotel Yin put me in is expensive, homie. Mm-hmm. Even the floor that I'm on says members only. Even the floor that I'm on says members only. I feel like Zach and Cody. I'm in a suite just getting cozy, looking over London like Mr. Mosby. Okay. It's times like this that make you grateful for the life you get to live. You could be a single mother juggling her kids trying to come up with the rent. You could be a cancer patient doing chemo and becoming really thin. Or a rapper who went viral for a month in 2010.
Damn.
You might call yourself a rapper, but you ain't a creative one. You can't think outside the box because your head is the shape of one. Why is it like that? You trace his family line back, you'll see his mom's from Jamaica and his dad is from Minecraft. But despite
That's rough. That's rough.
Punch him. Punch him.
Punch him.
But despite that, they've been telling me he's amazing. Goes by the name Funky D. Smelly penis was taken.
That's my favorite bar from this battle.
Bro.
Goes by the name Funky D. Smelly penis was taken.
Everybody else too.
Right.
Back when I battled Gas Buff, y'all watched me do that kid ugly. Now I've popped outside just to cha-cha slide. Yeah, this time we're gonna get funky. They told me keep it.
Got him.
They told me keep it low key, or the cops might come. I went to Hackney for a blade, plus I brought my gun, so it's a bulldog to his head. Let it bark like one, or a zombie knife to his leg. Make him walk like one. It's a long knife, and it's gonna be a mess. I will take that same blade and plunge it in your chest. His lungs will get compressed. Got him struggling for breath. Sounds like Charlie Clips running up the steps.
Oh, bro, he ain't gotta get the host like that.
Right. Oh, bro. I need to battle against Charlie now.
We didn't catch you. What'd you say?
So I need to battle against Clips now. Anderson Burrus and Charlie Clips.
That's the next one.
Now, Americans watching at home might become puzzled. Like, why am I battling Vince Staples' stunt double? I can explain.
For those of y'all who don't know. Bump. 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 Yeah.
Explain his level of fame, which just save us some trouble. This is like me battling the guy who created the Cupid Shuffle. He had a hit song years ago that was very electric. He got a contract from a label but never carefully read it. He signed away his distribution, which is very depressing. Now he can't even live off the royalty like Harry and Meghan. He used to perform it.
Hit the royal family.
I'm still making fun of the royal family. I'm still doing it.
We don't like him either.
All right, okay, all right. I didn't know that. I thought you loved. Okay. He used to perform at big venues where the fans would just look smaller. Now he can only play for small clubs like an amateur footballer. Nobody cheers for him. They're just standing in sheer boredom, slowly shifting from the left to the right like Piers Morgan. You call yourself.
Bars.
Who is this guy, bro?
You call yourself.
Is that sarcasm?
Yeah, like who raised him?
Who raised it? White people, bro. White
Who
people.
brought this guy?
And he's good at being white. Good at being white,
right.
damn it.
Excellent Whitey.
He's invited to the
battle
cookout.
rap terrorist, but that's a bad fit. Because even Osama bin Laden had back-to-back hits. You had one track and that's it.
Say it again.
Say it again. Say it again. Run it back.
They're just standing in sheer boredom, slowly shifting from the left to the right like Piers Morgan. You call yourself. You call yourself the battle rap terrorist, but that's a bad fit. Because even Osama bin Laden had back-to-back hits. You had one track and that's it.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? That's your people.
Right.
In the back there, he's from London.
Yo. He had one track and that's it, which shows bro sucks. Just like a terrorist, he could only blow up once. He thinks having a hit song, we gotta get through this, guys. He thinks having a hit song from a while ago makes him a legend in battle rap. That's like me comparing myself to Ronaldo because I used to play hacky sack. Bro, you're the worst. You are the worst industry rapper to step into the battle scene. All your lines are trash to me. After your debut, we may have to apologize to Cassidy. But in his head, I don't want to either.
I don't want to either.
But it hit. Hold it down. Hold it down. head, he is the man. He can do no wrong. He refused to wear an L unless it's Louis Vuitton. Who cares since 2010 all of his music's bombed? He's got the confidence of a man who has 2 hit songs. He be going from club to club, asking which gentleman gonna bang. He's had to play the same hit. Now it doesn't hit the same. The fame's gone. He's disengaged. It takes longer to get on stage. It feels like a 9-to-5 job. It's the same song, just a different day. Now he's back, selling CDs by the shop on the corner. He's now lost his supporters, which has caused disorder. Online, it's Anderson's getting dropped at the border. Then in person, it's, oh, I'm sorry, bro, I thought you'd be shorter. See, fame went straight to your head, like waterboarding a soldier. That single drop and drove you crazy. It was probably torture. You blew up. Let's go. Fame went straight to his head, like waterboarding a soldier. That single drop and drove him crazy. It was probably torture. You blew up, not because you're an awesome performer. You were in the right time and place, like chronological order. Now he's obsessed.
Go, white boy, go.
Come on, Anderson.
Guys, got 4 more. He's obsessed.
We gotta get through this, guys.
He said that, bro. I was like, just like a teacher.
Oh, no, I got 4 more. He's obsessed. He wants us to be his comeback desperately, but it wasn't you that got famous. It was just that melody. Now all he thinks about is how he once had everything. You have a 1-track mind and a 1-track legacy. Homie, rap.
Ooh.
I thought he was gonna say a 1-track everything.
Come down my side. Freaking everything's cushy, from Deptford to Woolly.
I can't even understand what my man's to say.
Boo this man.
Boo this
Boo
man.
this man.
We got 2 minutes. We're gonna jump on his shorts real quick. Pause.
But you said
Only person I know will be doing wordplay longer than me is my pops. He's doing a life sentence.
wow, life sentence. It's a lot of wordplay. That really hits for me. It's not funny. I have a cousin right now serving 2 metaphors and a simile. You even turned it into your slogan, which to me is so profound. Because like they say, when God closes a door, use it to close your rounds. all these private family issues, they can just go in your raps. Your uncle got a DUI? Great, open with that. Maybe make me like a metaphor about, like driving in your lane. My grandma fell in the shower. Now your life is down the drain. Now I know some people might find that sick and disgusting, but if he can't capitalize off his dad, it's like he went to prison for nothing.
Oh, his delivery, like he knows his lane and he's owning it. And I think he's the only person in rap battle right now that is owning it like that.
Of course.
I
mean,
he won't say he hates
really
black rappers, but he hints at it with the comments. Like, I'm just not a fan of artists who are spitting in Ebonics. He thinks Dr. Dre is overrated, but still listens to The Chronic. He's just skipping every song unless Eminem is on it. But hey, if you think he only listens to white rappers, then you really need to stop it. Because he's also a huge fan of 50% of Logic. Okay, none of that is true. I'm just kidding with that. I watched your promo videos, though, and I'll admit that they're trash. But in your promo for Melody, you admit to the fact that you don't like hip-hop and you've never listened to rap. What? I mean, it's a pretty popular genre, though. How much of a hater you gotta be?
What?
First time you heard the Carter 3, he turned it off. It's not for me. And honestly, it's cool. It don't gotta be for you. Does make this a strange hobby to pursue. What's my problem with this dude? He isn't even a rap fan. He bought a Tupac CD thinking it was the sequel to Pac-Man. He thought...
talk your shit, Anderson. All right, well, I guess it's time for us to go future us, to go back and see past us, and see what we came up with these poetry prompts.
Shit, I'm looking forward to what I did.
I hope what I did was dope.
Time.
Yep.
Raspy ass, yeah.
All right. Yeah. I started on my mission and then at probably like 4 minutes left, I deleted the whole poem and started over.
Oh wow!
Went in a completely different direction. So, we'll see. We'll see. I think I should go first. I feel like mine's just not complete. What are you?
All right.
Present something else. All right. All right, short and sweet for you guys this week. I remember this place in my head that used to destroy things. Relationships, careers, lives. I hated everything. I only planned to live to 25. I had no remorse for weakness. I was a lunatic with charisma. I should have been a politician. And here I am at 27 trying to salvage what I could from my old house. Insurance won't cover me because I burned it down. I need help, but I already burned those bridges. I'm struggling to walk because the hot pavement burns my feet. I walked through hell alone, and now no tests can faze me. I didn't know who I was. I took any work that paid me and any attention from any lady because being a man meant I needed to be validated by an attractive broad that wanted to date me. I slammed cans, pipes, pixie dust into some magical attraction. People stood in lines to ride. It's a wonder what people would do to ride along as you die. They cheer, they laugh, they love the dancing monkey. I hate you. This poem was written to the old me. Thank you.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
4.5 minutes, guys. 4.5 minutes.
But tell me this: what's the secret?
What's the secret to writing like that?
No. Forgotten place that holds a secret. What was the secret?
The secret is I used to be a lunatic.
All right, that's. I just wanted to know.
Fair enough. You had to call me out.
I just wanted to know.
Make sure I stood on business.
Yeah, because if there ain't no secret, bro.
Go back and write again.
Minutes, go again. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know, bro. I think that was pretty good.
Yeah, I guess it technically is a secret, right? When you write it from that perspective. I'm here at 27, right? Everybody who knows me now doesn't know who I used to be.
I didn't even know you were 27.
I turned 27 at the end of this month. Fun fact. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Old man.
I really thought I was older than you this whole time.
We've had this conversation.
Damn. I guess I just don't care. Damn. That's crazy.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. You're always like, dang, your poem's better than mine. Dang, how you do that? Dang, this, that, the other. You're like this young, up-and-coming talent. And they're like, now it's more embarrassing. You're like, I can't let this unk.
Right. No, right. All right. You're old. I'm not going to say how old I am, but it's a lot younger than you.
Yeah. I can't believe you're 18.
If only.
All right, let's see it. I'll stop presenting. What you got, big dog?
Ironically, my poem is actually about age.
That's
Can you see my screen?
I can't see it at this moment.
Oh my God. Technology, my enemy. How I wish you were a friend to me.
Ooh.
All right. It's because I didn't hit start broadcast.
Okay, fair enough. Makes sense.
I just clicked out of it. Oh, maybe that was wrong too. Oh shit. No, maybe it was right. I don't know what's happening. All right, let's see. What the hell, bro? Somebody's got to give me a class on technology.
Bro, you're the Zoomer. You have to give us the class.
You see it now?
I can see your screen. There we go.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
About a forgotten place. I hope the secret. Perfect. There we go. I really didn't forget it. I'll say it at the end. At an age I don't remember clearly, my friends would come to my house, knock on my door, and ask my mom if I could play. She would come to my room before she could ask me what I wanted to do, and I already had tied my shoes and grabbed my jacket that I knew I would lose so I could run out the door. My friends and I would act out things from scenes we've seen on TV, Naruto, Teen Titans, Dragon Ball Z. It was a blast. Then we'd go to one of their houses, and I'd kick their ass in any video game that dared to load on their PlayStation 2. We'd ride our bikes to the other side of the neighborhood, knowing we weren't supposed to, drink water from rain puddles, and break into the school we hated going to during the weekdays. All that mattered was having fun. All that mattered was enjoying life. Seems that it's something I've forgotten. As I've gotten older, adulthood has taught me to focus on bills. The only knock on my door are for packages abandoned by the deliverer. I dread most of my days. I walk out of it because school has been replaced by a job that I hate. I never get the chance to break in because I'm scheduled in every day. I focus on different things. All that matters is that my credit is good and my bills are paid. I forgot about what's important. As a kid, I knew that I hated what?
It's okay, dude. I work with kids that don't know how to write.
Like, bro, what happened? As a kid, I knew that all that mattered was enjoying life, living in the moment, spending times doing things that brought me joy. All that mattered was happiness. Nobody ever told me that to feel fulfilled in life, that's what it takes. Guess it was a secret.
Look at you locking in the whole prompt. Not having to bullshit at the end to make sure you covered all your bases.
Hey man, that shit was tough. I'm like, bro, how do I write about something I forgot about? But,
oh man, I think that was a lot easier for me. I had the whole character reinvention. I was like, oh yeah, there is this guy back here that.
It's true. Pretty sick poem. I'm be honest.
It's a mess. I really liked yours. The flow was there. It took me back. I like how specific it was about all those little memories. It made me happy, and I didn't even experience those memories. You know. Dude said drinking water out of rain puddles. I was like, I never did that shit, but it sounds fun as hell.
Bro, we drank water out of the rain puddles. I drank water out of like the grass, and a piece of grass shot up like, you know, the tube, you take it, you spin it in the air, and it's like, woo, 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 woo.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? I used one of those as a straw, drank up grass, and choked. And that was the last time I drank out of a puddle. I can feel it when I think about it. It's like a sharp ass blade of grass just like sliced up my throat, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Oh, that's a wrap.
Great idea.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I didn't really know where it was going. In the middle of it, I was like, "Oh, I know how I want to end it." Got to the end, it was like, "Fuck!" I forgot the ending. So.
Yeah, the reason I didn't stop the timer right away was because I needed to wrap mine up and make it make sense. So I feel you. Like,
that's hella funny.
I will say this prompt was a little more difficult. I wish I had like 20 minutes. This is a prompt that I might go back and finish. This is a prompt where you guys might see this one next week. I really like it. But within those 10 minutes, I really kind of just got the bones of something on the board. I feel like you got a really deep poem rolling there. I don't know how much you want to add or change to that. Do you feel like it's complete, or?
Personally, I would leave it as is, to be honest.
I think it's where it's the story's told. There's not much left to be said. Well, I guess we can do closing. Anybody who wanted to participate in our Forgotten Place with a secret poem, please go ahead and join down in the comment section. That is the easiest place for us to notice your poem and feature it in next week's work. Until next time, Jeremiah, got any closing statements?
Anything to say? Drink more water. No, I can't say it like that. Cut that out. Drink some water. Exercise if you're capable. How'd that guy laugh? That's my closing statement.
All right. Well, yeah, I heard it here first. That's the closing statement. Yeah, I heard it here last from me. It's the closing statement. And you'll hear it here a third time from me. It's the closing statement. Have a great time until next week. Deuces, y'all.